What is going on, guys? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to share with you guys something actually really cool that I came across yesterday. So yesterday I was actually looking up old Easter eggs, because I go through this a lot, especially because I wasn't a fan of Ghosts and Advanced Warfare. I'm always looking up what if there's more Easter eggs on some of the old zombie maps? What if there's some that have yet to be found? And I went through that a lot, and I remember always tweeting a bunch of the guys that worked at Treyarch hey, is there still Easter eggs left? And they would never say anything. And I had one guy one time tell me, Jimmy Zielinski, if you guys know who he is, he was one of the guys that worked on zombies, but he said, he told me yeah, man, there's still some out there. I didn't really believe him, I don't want to go waste my time spending time looking for Easter eggs that aren't even there. But recently I came across this video, and this is just absolutely crazy. This is an interview done at Comic-Con by a guy named Jason Blundell, and he is actually he's something senior producer, executive, something at Treyarch. I don't know. He's the guy that makes the Easter eggs for zombies, and he did an interview, and he basically confirmed that there's more Easter eggs in some of the older Call of Duties that haven't been found, and then he says something about putting Easter eggs that can't be found in the new Black Ops 3 zombies. So without further ado, I'll let you guys watch this video.
I've been given the challenge of writing more convoluted Easter eggs to kind of bury into the game, and the community keeps on finding them and keeps on decoding them. So going into Black Ops 3, I'm fed up now, and you won't get this one. Absolutely.
Are you sitting comfortably? Then we shall begin.
In the zombies mode of Call of Duty Black Ops 3, your job is to ultimately die. You can't survive, you can't win, and your job is to, as best as possible, survive as long as possible. And when we started, we didn't have any voices on the characters, but people were looking for these clues to try and find a story. The community essentially wrote the idea of Easter eggs, so then we reciprocated by then starting putting Easter eggs in. So I've been given the challenge of writing more convoluted Easter eggs to kind of bury into the game. And it's no secret if I said there are still Easter eggs, even in World at War maps, that the community still haven't found yet. The one that jumps to my top of my head was we had a character in Mob of the Dead who was an aspiring comic book artist, and we had a front cover drawn by one of our artists, and then we had one of our actual art directors then critique it and put red line notes all over it. Then we cut it up into pieces and hid it around the map, where some bits you could only see if you had a sniper scope. And these guys, they can find it and put it back together in less than a day. So then the next thing was okay, let me go and try and take some messages and encrypt them. And I used things like Caesar ciphers, and then I used the Enigma code at one point, or spectral analysis, Morse code we've used in the past as well. I even had a point where there were certain messages hidden where you had to use an oscilloscope to actually be able to decode it and find out. And the community keeps on finding them and keeps on decoding them. So going into Black Ops 3, I'm fed up now, and I'm going to really put one in that you guys can't break. And they'll be hidden in different arenas, and you won't get this one.
So yeah, tell me that isn't the craziest thing ever. I got so excited when I saw this. I was like, oh my god, I want to make a video about this. This is just so exciting, because for the longest time I've wanted to know. Maybe you guys have already known about this, but for me, I keep asking people. I was like, what if there's still Easter eggs here? And now that he said this, and here's the thing, right, is a lot of people are probably going to think that he's just talking about World at War, but if you notice when he actually says it, he says there's a lot of Easter eggs even going back to World at War, which means that there's probably Easter eggs on a bunch of the maps that we haven't figured out yet, which is just absolutely crazy. And I start thinking how in the world have we not found these Easter eggs, And I start thinking nowadays we have all these people that are decrypting things and figuring all this stuff out. I mean, shoot, some of the Shadows of Evil Easter eggs that we already found, people found these things in the first couple days, and I bet Treyarch wasn't expecting us to find these forever. But I was thinking about that. I was like, how would we not have found them? But when you think about it, today in today's version of zombies is just so much bigger today. Nowadays, everybody is looking for Easter eggs. But back in the day, back in World at War, I remember I was a huge zombie fan. I cared so much about the storyline. But I wasn't a huge Easter egg seeker. Yeah, I liked finding some of the simple stuff, but not like nowadays. Not like today where I'm looking for crazy, epic, amazing stuff hidden in the game. And I feel like it was that way with a lot of people back then. Back then, Easter eggs weren't really as big as they are now, so it was probably easier to walk past some of them. So I don't know. Maybe there are some. I mean, the dude said it himself that there's still Easter eggs in some of the older maps. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super freaking hype to when Black Ops 3 dies down to go back and start looking for some of these, because I really hope there's some cool ones. Shoot, there's probably a second bus on transit. Who even knows, man? There's probably a whole nother map. Who even knows? But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I honestly really liked this. This was so cool. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.